Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad HAKIM in NASURULHAKU. My matrix number is 820828180. Chapter 1, Introduction. 1.1, Background and Context. In this assignment, our group chose a journal that published by International Journal of Productivity and Performance Management. The authors are Binti Chabra, Rajesh K.R. Singh and Vikas Kumar. The title of the journal is Developing IT-Enabled Performance Monitoring System for Green Logistics. Logistics can be defined as a method of organizing and carrying out the effective storage and transportation of products from the point of origin to the point of consumption. Using vehicles to transport goods between warehouses, retail establishments, and clients is the emphasis of transportation management. The mode of transportation is multimodal and can be by train, road, air, or sea. Information technology or IT is the term used to describe the creation, upkeep, and usage of computer networks, systems, and software. Every large organization employs logistic IT systems by tracking resources such as raw materials from the moment of initiation to the point of consumption. This system aids businesses in increasing operational efficiency. The term eco-logistics, also referred to green logistics, is a collective of ethical practices and initiatives designed to lessen the harm this industry's operation does to the environment. Environmental sustainability is frequently ignored while making decisions in logistics using the standard method. Achieving a balance between environment and economy is a goal of green logistics. On the other hand, problem statements. After making some readings from previous studies, we found that the problem statement stated by the previous researcher is still relevant to be linked and become a problem statement in this study. In fact, we also refer to previous studies to identify new problem statements in this study. For example, number 1, lack of application of merging technologies for data exchange reduce the effectiveness of logistic service. Number 2, lack of awareness and practices of green consumerism are lacking among firms because there are some of them who pursue profit too much and do not consider the impact on the environment.
Next, I will continue to the next part, which is research objectives. For sure, it's still connection between the objectives and the monitoring system towards the green performance. Based on that, the first question is to assess the relation between development technological green concept in logistics. To recognize the connection between road transportation activities in the green logistic is the second objective. The third one is to analyze the relation between the lack of relevant information regarding logistic activities. The next objective is to study the association between lack of use environmental friendly packaging materials in logistic activities and to find the relationship between lack of R&D and funds.
Assalamualaikum Doctor, my name is Muhammad HAIQAL bin Muhammad Noor, and in my part I just want to present to you about the dependent variable and independent variable. So I'm start with a dependent variable, which is environmental pollution, because dependent variable stand for matter or something that can be influenced by the another factors. So in this research we choose environment pollution because environment pollution can be influenced by the DV that we choose in this research. So about independent variable, which is DV, IV. IV stand for something or matter that can influence to another factor, and it can stand by their own. So in this research we have several IV, which is a development technological green concept in logistics, increase the number of road transportation, lack of relevant information regarding logistic activity, lack of use environmentally friendly packaging material, and lastly lack of R&D and fund can increase a percentage of environment pollution. So these are several factors that can influence the environment pollution, whether this increase or decrease percentage. So about the hypothesis, we assume if the firm use green technologies while run the logistic activities, so the percentage about pollution will reduce.
Hi, my name is Adiela Binti Ahmad. My metric number is A2082107. In terms of data, this article uses qualitative research as it is research that places an emphasis of the construction by accounting for factors that are not handled, such as an individual's opinion, planned actions, and others. Data gathering method using interviews great, especially for particular demographic. For data collected, we are using secondary sources to offer second-hand data and analysis from the other scholar, journal articles, book review, and scholarly texts. In secondary database, this can be achieved by making explicit the agreement and processes for source selection and collection, organization, and analysis of the data. For variation of research, descriptive analysis aids in explaining, illustrating, or summarizing data points in a useful way, so that pattern might develop that appropriate for each condition of the data. Descriptive analysis also tend to collect data from a relative high number of samples. This is a benefit of the survey approach. Challenge of the research: the growing social awareness of environmental problems and the public debate on pollution and global warming influence the rising of the so-called greenness paradigm. So logistics could not avoid making its activity more sustainable and environmentally friendly to reduce transportation. In methodology resources, there are several levels of measurements. In this study, we only use nominal measurements, interval, and ratio scale. For nominal measurements, is a scale that used to categorize variable without using a numerical value or order. For interval measurements, in this questionnaire, the respondent rates their level of agreement or disagreement using a 5-point Likert scale. And lastly, ratio scales, the differentiation between the variable and the actual zero value, as well as the measuring scale for a variable that establishes order of the elements. And for the data collection in this study, using questionnaires and reference. Questionnaires relate to the objective of the study that have been distributed to the student majoring in logistics, employees working in the field of the logistics, and the general public who use any logistics service. We also use secondary data as our references method for our study. Among the area articles relate to the green logistics, environmental pollution, and also logistics supply chain management to make it easy for us to get information.
Hi, my name is Caroline and DIAU, and my metric number is A208215. Sampling is the result of taking a number of selected elements from the populations, so that the study of the sample and knowledge of its characteristics will allow the researchers to generalize those characteristics to the element of the populations. In the sample population of these studies, it consists of respondents who are involved or have experience in logistics activities. Sampling techniques will be designed to ensure fair results and solutions for this research. The selection of this research will be conducted with a sample sampling method. The online survey will be sent to individuals who have experience where the respondents is involved in the field of logistics. Next is analysis plan. An analysis plan related to how the method will be used to analyze the data. Analysis plan aims to answer the basic question raised in the problem statement. The first research objective is to recognize the connection between road transportation activities in the green and monitoring system towards the green performance. The variable is independent variable evaluated in terms of road transportation activities in the green logistics. For measurement, statement related to the factors that contribute to the increase in the percentage of pollution effect from logistic activities. The scale is nominal. Second research objective is to analyze the relation between the lack of relevant information regarding logistic activities and monitoring system towards the green performance. The variable is independent variable evaluated in terms of the lack of relevant information regarding logistic activities. For measurements, statement related to the awareness environmental pollution is very lacking in the logistic industry. The scale is interval. The third research objective is to study the association between lack of use environmentally friendly packaging materials, logistic activities, and monitoring system towards the green performance. The variable is independent variable evaluated in terms of lack of use of environmentally friendly packaging materials in logistic activities. For measurement, statement related to the weak enforcement to monitor the logistic industries. The scale is interval. The fourth research objective is to find the relationship between lack of R&D and funds with the monitoring system towards the green performance. The variable is independent variable evaluated in terms of lack of R&D and funds in improving green technology over time. For measurement is statement related to the government needs to empower enforcement to monitor logistics activities. The scale is interval. The fifth research objective is to assess the relation between development technological green concept in logistics and monitoring system towards the green performance. The variable is independent variable evaluated in terms of development technologies green concept in logistic activities. For measurement is statement related to the logistic is one of cause of increased pollution in Malaysia. The scale is interval.
Okay, the contribution about knowledge, we want to contribute in this study to a firm or company to use or increase the green technologies while running the logistic activities such as incinerator. The incinerator is capable to run incineration process, which is that treatment process that involve the combustion of substance contained in waste material on a large scale without bring a big implication to the pollution.